And back once again. Sorry Brian, missed your question. Do I play multiplayer? I haven't played multiplayer in Hearts of Iron ever. I wouldn't mind playing with a few mates who are also into Hearts of Iron. Sort of just to get the fit, because I know multiplayer goes a bit insane and crazy. Because you can throw historical context out the window with multiplayer. It's insane. But outside of that, I would like to play with mates first, get a feel for the whole flow of things. But the short answer is no. Anyway, we do have some things to tidy up here, namely converting some of these troops that are, say, not fully let's just say not fully experienced, and creating a start of a occupying force to ensure that we combat any and all rebellion. So we all use we're gonna need so many of these troops. Expeditionary forces cannot switch. Bollocks. Didn't realize they were expeditionary. So we need to convert yous. Actually, let's go to recruit and deployment. Let's edit you. You do not need support artillery. You need military police. Save. And because you got the military police, let's give you the MP icon so I can easily find yous, and we're going to train some. And by some I mean probably like 30. There we go. Location can be here for now. So this unit of 10 can join the garrison stuff. These are going to get a field marshal, I hope. Okay, I just need someone who can, you know, handle like 72. Why do you only have like one guy who can? Anyway, these are going to get. Need these to start. Again, not going to worry about defending coastlines or any of that stuff. Just resistance suppression, because that is going to be an issue moving forward, at least in the short term. Because last time I checked, Russians don't like being occupied. I know it's crazy, but yeah, I'm just going to have a bunch of armies converted to military police. I'll have to do the same with Spain in a sec. Once we deal with the Italians, we can sort out the Spanish. Okay, so that's that continuous block done. So don't need you to do that, or that. Well, you only need 12. Really? You only need 12. Well, that I can certainly accommodate. We're gonna. You can join that garrison unit, and you can join that garrison unit. And these can all be converted to military police. That'll free up some equipment. So I got a garrison, yeah, they only need the 12 there. That's crazy. Did not think that would be the case. Anyway, some good armies over here. want to do with them though. Because we do have the Russian Federation, but they're sort of good guys. We need to get some garrison shit going on over here. And to be honest, that's where I'm just going to send this army. If you can somehow find a way to garrison all that, then go. And I'm going to do you a new theatre. You're going to be, let's say, Mongolia. Mongolia. You can just arbitrarily be split in two. You can get just any sort of general, doesn't really matter. And you're going to, just for now, garrison that. It's fine. I can tidy it all up after the fact. You are going to garrison that. And last but not least, you are going to garrison here. For now. Okay, so that's those guys sorted out temporarily. Again, I only jumped on this stream to see what I could do with approaching the Soviet front slightly differently. The answer is a lot. I could achieve a lot. So I don't know how much longer I'm going to be streaming for, but we'll be going for a little bit longer, especially to see out the rest of the Italian stuff, which they're not. Invalid idea. Okay. It's fine. Let's just crush the Italians. Everyone realm will be wounded. Highly unfortunate. The Russian Federation has joined Greece as our ally in the Italian-Greek War. So now the Russians are on our side. But Italy has capitulated. Great news. Okay. Decent amount of equipment. Let's see, Italy. I'm going to take all states. I can't do that. Reset. I am definitely going to try and take those, though. I can't do that. Really? Really? I want that one, though. I can keep that one. And that one. And turn. Pass? Do I want some fucking Ethiopian territory? Just to get, like... where's Bulgaria? I kinda want that. Want that one? And that one? No, can't do that. And turn. That's... So Bulgaria's got something out of that. So if I just do a little path to include Rome, can't do that. Let's pass. Pass. So where's all this shit happening? Is anybody taking anything? Bulgaria, okay. They've changed the government of Bulgaria. It's fine. I want that. And that. And that. No. Okay, and turn. Ah, fucking Italians got Rome back. Let's deny them resources. Can't do that. You know what? And turn. Now I can take that. No, I can't. Huh. Pass. And turn. Because why not? Let's take Sardinia. Can't do that. And turn. Let's pass. Pass. Let's take the rest of Italy. Anything else we want to grab here, folks? We can't actually grab any of these states now. I think they do just belong to an Italy. Nothing else in the world that's grabbable as a result of this? No. Okay. So in turn. Is there like territory I'm not seeing somewhere? It's just Bulgaria that's left actually. Let's pass. Could I take all the states? Done. I'm done. Don't want anything more. Let's pause once again, because once again, shit ton of stuff's just happened. Democratic Party has been put in power of Republican Italy. The Republic of Bulgaria has a new democratic government, so that Libya has been liberated. Ethiopia's back. Belgium has control of this. France got Somalia and all that crack. Kingdom of Libya. France grabbed the North African territories. Poland has African what? Wants to send to help us out. We're not even in a war, so what are you helping out with? Decline, you'll be alright. More free military factories, another 10 available. So what are we short on? Support equipment, let's give them 5. And I do want more medium tanks, so another 5 for them. Volunteer forces and transfer. Assign divisions to these random divisions once again. We have exile divisions, that's not good. Yeah, I don't care about them. Insufficient resources. So we're still short in rubber and tungsten, but we are heavily got everything else under control. But it does leave some questions in regards to well, you are all getting converted. Expeditionary forces cannot convert, so these guys can be taken out. You can put into that. Use, on the other hand, can be converted to MPs, frees up a bunch of supplies, and you're going to get the orders of, well, you're going to be just resistance fighting for now, which I can work with. And yeah, I suppose you can do that there, and you can do that there. So you need min divisions 0. Okay, doesn't really matter. So you're an MP division now, so you can definitely join that. I don't know what the hell that did, but this army can just, without actually being converted to military police, do this. And you're not going to be doing that. You're just going to be that. This unit, you don't have anything. I don't know. World tension still 100%. Right, let's, before we go and butcher any more of our armies, divisions, la-di-da-di-da, and decide exactly what it is we're going to do I own Moscow? No, that is heartbreaking. I own Stalingrad. I'm more than okay with that. See, if I was just to say Iraq here, I can't justify a war goal. Can't justify a war goal against any country that hasn't generated world tension. So that's our stipulation right now. So, begs the question, do we take on Japan? That's an interesting decision. I'm not sure. Is there anything we can do anywhere else? Can we declare war on United Kingdom? No. Brazil? Can we do that? No. Colombia? Have you been dicks? No. Okay, Japan's the option here then. Okay. Let's get you frontal. I am well. Oh, you're in Spain, aren't you? That's okay. Don't want you to do that. You don't have any orders right now, so I'm going to get you to basically just take up against Japan there with a front line of there. You don't have any orders, so you're going to get a front line there, attack there. You can join him, sure, why not? Since these three guys done. Mongolia, you're on your way, so that's good. You can be there as a backup sort of army. German theatre, you're going to... We're going to get rid of a pile of this territory. Screw that shit, like. Because your orders, you need 0. You join that. Both these armies, get your asses over here. Offensive. I'm well aware to get rid of orders. No, not an offensive line. Thingamajob. Let's do that with an attack there. You can. Yeah, I am well aware to get rid of orders. Whoop-de-doop. That's going to stretch you pretty thin, but I think you can manage it. Okay. So that's no longer the German theatre. You're going to be Japan. So, yeah, that's Mongolia. So you're not being deployed anywhere. Your orders are going to be over here. Fine and fine. In Mongolia, you can join Japan as well, because that's just stupid. Otherwise, and yeah, we don't really need these guys anymore. Like, I shall recruit them still. For no other reason than to free up any sort of actual standing armies I have just about the place. And I think resistance will become a factor once we let the game tick a wee bit. Probably going to Italy join the Allies, that's fine. Okay, an influential industrialist behind one of the companies we have chosen to work with in our industrial production has recently made a number of statements on politics that members of the administration find troubling. He has openly advocated an authoritarian government and praised foreign administrations that identify as fascist, implicitly suggesting that Germany would benefit from such rulership. Denouncing the magnate and his ideas might sour our relationship with the company, but leaving them unchecked would give them a platform for spreading propaganda that erodes all that Zentrum stands for. Zentrum is the leading democratic party within democratic Germany. So fascists would get 10% popularity, or we remove all motorized equipment designer ideas from Germany. Let's do that. So now we have this, so we can get motorization, infantry equipment. We've got new tanks. It is May 41. I'm not going to go down the heavy tank line. Oh, I do kind of want some heavy tanks. Just for the lols. So we have outdated equipment in production, primarily the medium tank. We have don't have any real army experience to exploit. So let's do that. Let's do that. And now the Germans are coming over to the Eastern Front. Which I'm more than okay with. How is construction? We've got a lot of damage stuff, I'd imagine. Yes, a lot. Let's fix it. Doesn't really matter what gets fixed first. Let's just fix the damage stuff. Because that includes a lot of factories, infrastructure, military factories, air bases, naval dockyards, all that lovely stuff. Just things you kind of need. And because of the way everything is, we have what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, nearly 9 full stacks of civilian factories dedicated towards repairing and constructing and all that lovely stuff. So, yeah. We'll be able to manage. Oh, look at that. Just Germans just trailing through Russia. It's great. It's beautiful. But we do need to top up all these armies. That's just a given. Japan declared war on British Malaya. The United States joins the Allies. Japan declared war on the Dutch East Indies. So Japan is now at war with the Allies, which probably gives us a ridiculous opportunity to like take advantage of that. I mean, a ridiculous opportunity. That's good. Sure, why not? So the Netherlands have actually called us to war with the Japanese. And since I'm near the end of the stream anyway, I got to see what would happen if I changed things differently. I'm actually going to do this, but before that, and I just screwed that up. I didn't mean to X that away. Let's save. Demo and Italians. I cannot spell Italians. Cat. So, I can probably still get their call to war if I go to the Netherlands. I can just join as an ally. Okay. So let's get some troops over here. Yeah, I don't need you to be over there anymore. I need you to be at a front line. And probably, like, there. And to invade, like, there. This garrison unit we have converted. Italian front, they are proper army. So I'm going to actually cut your units up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 can go to him. Let's get back to 1, no, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go to the man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're now lacking in units. So another 2. Each of these armies, and then the rest of these troops can actually just join that. It's fine. And we have about 30 divisions of Thanks, Sherry Torn. The hat is just a cheap military peaked cap bought off Amazon just for the crack of it. And unfortunately, I cannot speak Russian or any Cyrillic-based language. Played DayZ for quite a bit, and I can read some Cyrillic off DayZ road signs, but I, for the most part, you know, zero. I've got zero language beyond English. That's a terrible shame for me, because, you know, it is the 21st century. I should know more than my own native tongue, but oh well, it is what it is. I'm sorry if I've missed any messages before that, but now that you've mentioned Bison from Street Fighter, I so want to play, or not play, but watch that again. And yeah, you're right, the hat does look like it just came straight from the movie set. Let's continue deploying our troops. So for those who've just joined or didn't know what was going on, started the stream where Italians were about to declare war on Yugoslavia, who's in our faction. We are a democratic Germany. We set up the Central European Alliance. We were at war with the Soviet Union. I took most of my troops off that front, just to pin the Soviets back so that I could concentrate on crushing the Italians. As you can see, that kind of went pretty well. But out of nowhere, and I was having a bit of bother around here, especially around Rostov and places, getting troops cut off. I had a couple of units stack wiped because I just wasn't able to hold off the Soviets just completely. Then all of a sudden, I looked at the map, and from literally the Baltic Sea, Red Sea, this one, Black Sea, from here to about here, along its entire front, there was like 3 Soviet divisions. They just all disappeared. I don't know where, I don't know why. I'm just glad it happened. And then me and my Central European allies just stormed all the way across Russia. Russia capitulated. I took all this lovely land here that has all the lovely resources. Then Italy capitulated, and in the resulting peace settlements, this is how the world looks. Germany controls essentially Spain and Italy, the prosperous regions of Russia, and some Asian territory. And we're about to declare war on Japan and their allies. So that is what we are gearing up towards. Thing I've forgotten about is actually, you know, getting some planes on the go, because we probably have quite a few. So if we move all them over, that's fine. You can deploy, you can't really be deployed to there, can you? We'll try anyway. This just means we have 0 air coverage, I think. You can invite the faction. Republic of Bulgaria. Yeah, why not? There's justification. Kingdom of Hungary is justifying against us. Really, lads, again. That's just idiotic, to be fair. Right, all these planes can sort of be redeployed. You can go on that guy, on him. I love being able just to assign to armies, it just makes life so much easier. You can probably just stay where you are. You can all get redeployed though. Can I top up any of these guys? You can get more. You can do with more. That'll do for now. I'll probably improve the situation over here a little bit. But I'm going to wait till our troops are in position and things are actually... And I hate fighting wars in this part of the world, simply due to the fact that everything goes so slow. There's so much troop movements happening. It's just kind of crazy. I wonder, can we make much of an impact? You know what? I'm close to ending the stream. Let's get everybody attacking, and let's join the Netherlands war against Japan and see how this goes. So I say we take a chunk of territory pretty quickly, and there we go. Oh. Yeah, accept. Move troops through our territory. Yeah, that's fine. Non-aggression pact, accept. It's fine. Ah, these guys have no mission assigned. About to detach its airwing from the army. This will remove its current orders. Cancel. That's not the blah blah blah. Let's grab. Do we have? We do have close air support. Yeah, that's fine. Let's. No, you can hold up. Who cares? Just. Yeah, fine. Go. It's all about just seeing what we can do in the last few minutes here before I log off. Let's grab these 2 bits of extra research. We can get excavation. Yep. And ahead of time, 4 days to grab that. Yes, please. Synthetic rubber. Okay. Join wars request from the... yeah, okay. And I think for the most part this will... Why aren't you moving? You can't move. Because they aren't in the war? Ah, is there some sort of block? Must be. Why is it being so weird? Just attack. Are you like an army that isn't assigned right? I was thinking about creating the European Union, but let's see what our current progress is towards that. So to get the European Union, we need to... Let's pause. Would be a help. To get the European Union, which is one of the like 19 or so new sort of super states you can create, along with which one I really want to do at some point is the Roman Empire with Italy. But we have to control Luxembourg, all Dutch states, all Belgian states, all French states, and all Italian states in Europe. Don't know if that's going to happen. Now let's get war propaganda against the Japanese. Modern oil processing is complete, which is fantastic. That's 1 point something years ahead. You're not that far. Let's get some... Actually, let's not do that yet. We can, in actual fact, probably get rocketry and jet, nuclear technology, but I think we can also take advantage of shared R&D and the Norway bonus for nuclear stuff as well. But yeah, the European Union one, I don't know, maybe it could be done with a different version of Germany. I'm not too sure how feasible it's going to be with a democratic Germany because, you know, Luxembourg is in our alliance. They're democratic, we're democratic. We could... Yeah, I just don't see it happening, to be honest. Definitely have to do it with a more aggressive, freely able to declare war whenever they want kind of nation. And unfortunately, a democratic nation just really isn't the one to do that with. From my very limited and poor experience of playing Hearts of Iron games. But yeah, as I suspected, in parts of this along certain fronts we are making quite a bit of progress. And pushing people back. Because the Japanese are currently... military advisors recall, it's fine. The Japanese are currently distracted with allies declaring war on them, and that means they now have a big front with the British Raj and any sort of allied war efforts in terms of attacking their actual landmass. So yeah, it was as good a time as any to sort of just push and see what we can get. We've got some military factories, but again, we're in the last few minutes of the stream. We're sort of just seeing what we can grab before I head off. I don't see any sign of resistance, which is fine. Is resistance only a thing that is when you're occupying the land pre-peace settlement? I don't know, maybe. The Swedish are sending some troops over. Then the whole alliance is going to be in this fight now, so it's fine. Recruit and deploy. You know, you can join blue guy. And you can just get dumped. What's our stockpiles like of medium tanks? We can do a few medium tank divisions. Let's... Is this the medium tank division? It is. Let's train. And let's get 20 on the go. Location set. We want you there. We want to train some infantry. Probably like 30 divisions. Put them there. Like, fine. Unassigned divisions, still those crappy, you know, expeditionary ones. We're still short of medium tanks. Let's give the factories to that guy. So come on, German troops, take as much land from the Japanese as possible. Again, this is a very weird playthrough of this game. Very weird. Just in the overall sense of how the war came about, and how it started, and how it progressed, and how it's ended. It's very weird. Germany essentially has led the Allies and the fight for democracy across the world. It's weird. Excavation is done. What do we want now? Do we want more doctrine? Greater population? Let's go for organization and stuff. Why not? Got a bunch of decisions with more military factories. You know what, let's get a bunch of light tanks. And then you can have another 5. And then you can have 5. And you can have 10. You can have 10. You can have 10. I don't care about missing equipment, no templates, unassigned, decisions, don't care. We are at war, air wings, okay, fair enough, that one I might care about. No orders. Let's give you orders then. Why are you standing by? Low manpower. That's true. But things are progressing well on the new Eastern Front. Again, a bit more resistance from the Japanese here, which is understandable. Hungary's still justifying against us. I really don't understand why. It's weird. They're being weird. Again, I can just deploy all these along with these if need be. Right, stop asking for access all the time. Yeah, you can have access, that's great. Yep, work away. No problem, folks. Jump on in. More the merrier. We're all friends here. So we are. All democratic buddies. Sam joins that. Grand, fine, no problem. Again, the Japanese are actually in pretty poor state here. Again, this is probably where it's going to... And I just realised that they're being douchebags over here. depends on how many sort of troops they can get on the move over there. But I think for the most part, Hungary demands, that's fine. Czechoslovakia returns southern Slovakia. They're going to actually take these territories. Because there is there a land crossing there? No, there isn't. Hold on a second. The Netherlands is called the Russian Federation. Fantastic. Dictatorial Xinjiang has capitulated. We got 50% of their equipment, which was la-di-da. We are winning today, Crypto. As you can see, there's lots of big Germany chunks all over the world. Essentially just took off from where I started last week's stream. Just to see if I could do things a wee bit differently. And I did. If you want, I can sort of give a brief overview how that happened, or wants to sign a peace pact, or once this is done, it'll be uploaded to YouTube on top of the fact that the VOD will be available as well. It was quite interesting. So yeah, we are winning, and now we're over in Asia, taking on Japan. And growing the giant Germany name. I've taken over more territory as Democratic Germany than Fascist Germany ever did. As you can see, I own most of the prosperous part of Russia here. I own chunks of northern Russia, parts of Finland. I have the entirety of Spain. I have the most of Italy, bar the Roman region. And now we have all of this as well. It's great. It's absolutely fantastic. But as any time fighting in this part of the world, it's a tad laggy. So that's unfortunate. Shared R&D programs, fine. Mannheim project, go. It technically is a peaceful war because I'm taking on fascist aggression, which is what Germany's famous for. But does that mean that I'm not going to take some territory for myself at the end? I don't know. This war, I was actually planning on ending the stream, and this war would have been purely something that I might have done on my own time, or I would possibly have... Hold on, what army is this? This guy's army. We are moving back to that front, which I kind of don't want you to do. I want you to see these guys. I want you to take that. I have no idea what I was saying. But Japan is nowhere near capitulation. Controls 100% of victory points. And we've contributed most to this war now, which says a lot. Losing 187,000 men in the process. And yeah, for the most part, peaceful, but definitely with aims of, you know, keeping some for ourselves. Yeah, Republican Italy wants military access. Republican Italy can have it. Just take this territory, folks. Just take it. That's great news. Another region has capitulated. You're not going to crumble because you are 3 stacks. Use, yeah. Come into this. Use can come down here and do an attack that guy. They've got nowhere to go because at the end of the day, this is the British Raj and they're at war with them, so this could be a mess. Or Yuan Free Empire has capitulated. Yeah, we're going to wipe them. This is just fantastic. Right, you guys. You are going to need new orders. Right, let's delete any sort of attacks that we have here and revalue it. So those two can continue doing what they're doing. You, though, you need that as a front line, and you can go. You're all the way up there. You're this army, so you need an attack of... Yeah, you can come down to there, and you can go. Done and done. Czechoslovakia, yeah, except... That's the Philippines, actually. So, what's happening over here? Is Hungary still declaring war on us? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, we're now starting to come up against some stronger resistance. Which is to be expected, I mean... You know... It just is. Can you, like, get back assigned to your goddamn front? That'd be great. Why aren't you moving? Is this, are you moving? But, you know... What is going on with you? Okay. It's just a supply issue at the moment. That's fair. South Africa wants to move troops to our territory, that's fine. We are now starting to get pushed back by the Japanese. Which, in many ways, was to be expected. We now have got some Polish troops over, we're getting some more of our allies over. But yeah. Japanese will push us back a little bit, especially considering these troops are just apparently stuck. Burning through our manpower, which isn't good. Fire brigades, okay. Let's get the 50% head bonus for that one. So that just makes sense. And I do have way too many military police. So do I have any resistance anywhere, like? No. Okay, so you are going to get disbanded. As are you. I'll free up some manpower, some supplies, and yeah, keep us going, ticking along. We're starting to push here big time. It's good. I don't know why you aren't, you know, going to this, because you should. Panzer Tiger 1 is complete. 1.2 years ahead for these. Let's grab Logistics Company 3. Just because of the region we're in, it makes sense. Yeah, British Malay, work away. Details. Do we want to bother with anything else right now? Not there. And I'm squinting a wee bit simply because the sun is out, which is a rare thing for this part of the world. And it's sort of affecting my ability to see. Can we not let the crazy Japanese outflank us? That'd be great. Can you not get out of there? What is wrong? They're just that out of supply, they can't redeploy at all? That is crazy. Ah, there's some resistance there. Still in resistance mode. Okay, we've got out-of-date equipment. In terms of these, we're going to want probably field hospital, simply because, you know, we don't have unlimited troops. And we are fighting the entire complete war of everything on ourselves. Have you tried turning it on and off again? You mean the sun? Or what are you talking about? What am I... Yeah, this is stuff that's out of date. As is a... Oh, we can create some heavy tanks. Let's give you 10 factories when there is 10 factories. There won't be 10 factories for a long, long time. See your front. What army is this? Actually, it doesn't matter. I just want to edit this to about there, and then this one to about here, because I could do without, you know, one Japanese unit just causing me a headache. I suppose I could like halt the attacks just so that things calm down a wee bit. At least get a wee bit of reorganization, deploy troops to where they're actually needed, because, you know, our troops are just sort of stacked on top of each other. It's kind of efficient. What's this? Get us some tank buffs, whatever, research buffs. We're going to need, requires one of the following, so we can get that. It'll get us the rocketry, and then the other buff to nuke stuff, and then we can see what we can do with that. So I don't think Hungary is looking to declare war on us anymore, and if not, that means we do have a bunch of stuff available very shortly to come and help in the war effort over here, which is all good. Which you can attack, sure, why not? New Zealand, yep, fine. British Malaya, fine. These attacks are going pretty okay. That's fine. What else do we want to grab? Probably Recon 3. Because we can. Lots of green popping up. I know I'm sort of rushing through the Speed 5, but I did intend to go off this stream about 40 minutes ago. There's wins. Work away. Fine, fine, fine. Another ace pilot. And how is this recruit and deployment coming along? That's fantastic. They capitulated. Great. Where did all those troops go that I was training? Because I did have like... I did have like 20 infantry units being trained, didn't I? I could have swore I remembered that. It's not the kind of thing I would forget. And these are medium tanks. They're not going to do me a lot of good over on this front. So let's see if we can get just 10 divisions, just to boost little bits and pieces. Where can I have to deploy them? All the way over here. You can attack again. Go. It's because that country capitulated, so there's like really nothing left of them. That's northern China. This really needs tidying up. Yeah, there's a lot of encircled Japanese troops here, so we're just going to bop them up once they run out of supply. Which is a good thing. It's a good thing. Then we can take the Koreas. Hopefully. Ah, bollocks. Did not realize that they had sneaked in behind. Hopefully the Russians can take care of that. That'd be handy. I don't like having to babysit shit. So you're the pink guy, so you can get an offensive line off here, and you can go. So why not? They pushed out here a little bit. I don't like that. Why do you have such a long front? You shouldn't have such a long front. That's this guy. I'm pretty sure. And let's edit that. Let's take you all the way back to there. We do have research slot available. Let's see what our nuke stuff is like. It would be in this one. So we get 50% ahead of time bonus for that. Okay, we can work with that. Just need to keep an eye on the time because I actually have to go soon and lift my girlfriend from work. She would not be happy if I forgot to lift her because I was like, shit, sorry, forgot to lift you from work, I was invading Japan. I don't think that would fly, to be honest. Probably wouldn't accept it as a valid reason. Again, I don't like that I have like 11 units sitting over there not being able to do anything. You can go because you've got, you know, ability to now. I didn't really want China at the start, to be fair. This was never in my grand scheme, plans, etc. But it's happened, so here I am. You know what, you guys, I'm going to split you in two. Okay, and I'm going to take 36 of these guys, another combination of military police and other random stuff. We're going to give you a general. That doesn't make sense because you're all shit. But anyway, I need to give you someone who can handle more than 24. Just this guy. Why can you not? Anyway, doesn't matter. Let's get you over here. I want you to garrison. Just that for now. Okay? Just do your job. But yeah, I'm quite pleased with how everything turned out. Getting the hat is clearly the most important factor here. It is the #1 thing that was different between this go at Democratic Germany than the last time. And so yeah, so if you want to win at a war, wear a hat. It's pretty simple. Let's see what decisions we have that we can spend some money on. Yeah, why not against them? It's great crack. We could develop the oil fields. Yes. We could. What are we short on? We're short on tungsten, so tungsten mines. That'll do probably. Industrial land appropriation. Gain a building slot. Don't care for that. Don't care for any of the political ones. Don't care for the war measures. So I think I can get away with about 2 or 3 more minutes. See, playing as the Russians isn't actually a very easy thing to do. One, you are very much industrially backward at the start of the game. You're also technologically a wee bit backward behind the times, and you have potential for a lot of enemies across a massive front. If you play it slow, you do have the potential for some I don't know, some late game stuff if you play it quiet at the start. But for the most part, and then you have to deal with the internal Soviet politics. You actually actively have to take decisions that diminish your capacity to work as an efficient military machine, or else you risk a civil war at the hands of Leon Trotsky, and then that tears your country apart, and it's an absolute mess. Absolute mess. Let's grab rocketry. And to be honest, we're going to leave it there, folks. I am actually pushing it for time, so I'm going to shoot on. But look, Germany's all over the place. It's great. So just as a quick, let's get daytime. Or not. There we go. Kind of daytime. So the game started, Italy still existed. We had our armies being positioned along the front here, and the Soviets had us pinned along here, essentially. We had pushed as far as Rostov, but I had taken troops off this line to take on Italy, and we sort of got pushed back and dilly-dallied about for a bit, and nothing really happened. Then we sort of broke through the Italian defences. The Russian troops disappeared. We marched through Russia. Soviets capitulated. That ended that war, so we grabbed a bunch of territory. So we just grabbed some random provinces up here, but we grabbed a lot of resource-rich provinces along here. Then Italy capitulated, and with that we grabbed most Italian territory as long as Spanish territory. Again, grabbing some resources. And having grabbed some provinces over here from the Soviet Union, we deployed some troops and we declared war on Japan and are proceeding to kick some Japanese ass. And that's where we are. And to be honest, once we take out Japan, I'm not sure if there's anything left for us to do. But we'll see. Tomorrow is a different live stream. We will be playing some Dwarf Fortress. That was what was advertised, but I do intend to be jumping on for the odd random stream every now and then, just like today, and we'll pick up here and see how long it takes us to get to the end of this playthrough. But that is it for this live stream, folks, so please go away. Until next time, good luck and goodbye.